What's up? What's happening? You already know who it is and what it is. It's your boy Q Walker, aka Nephew Q, host of the world's most dangerous sports show, Beyond the Game. And what I'm going to be doing is every single week leading up to the NFL season kickoff, I'm going to be previewing each NFL division. Letting you know, like ranking the quarterbacks 1 through 4, who has the best player in that division, who has the best defense, the best offseason edition, the worst offseason edition, and of course, ranking the teams in that division. But before I get into all of that, I would just like to let everybody know that today's show is sponsored by Black Vulture Clothing. Yeah, the summertime is winding down, but that doesn't mean you still can't go get your summertime outfit together at blackvultureclothing.com. Also, school's right around the corner, so go ahead and get your school shopping together at Black Vulture. So that's right. Go to www.blackvultureclothing.com. Now, before we get into the proceedings as well, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Also, make sure you download the Beyond the Game app on your iPhone or your Android device by typing in KY Beyond the Game, all one word, in your Google Play Store or in your App Store, and download the Beyond the Game app. So therefore, you never miss out on every time we have a show, we drop a notification. But anyways, back into the proceedings, I want to start off with the AFC West division today, man. The AFC West division is loaded, man. You got the Chargers, you got the Chiefs, you got the Broncos, you got the Raiders, all have, had key additions and key subtractions from their teams as well. So anyways, let's start off by ranking the top 4 quarterbacks in that division, starting from number 4. It's got to be Derek Carr. Look, Derek Carr, he had a season last year where he threw for 4,800 yards, 23 touchdowns, completed 68% of his passes, and had 14 interceptions. Now, yes, he has Waller, and also with the addition of Davante Adams. I also have a new coach in place as well, as John Gruden is no longer there. So I'm really interested to see how that takes place. But, there's some heavy hitters in this division as far as quarterbacks, and right now, Derek Carr is just the 4th best quarterback at best, But anyways, continuing on, number 3, my 3rd best quarterback in this division. I know it's going to cause a little controversy, but I don't care. Argue with your mama. I'm going with Russell Wilson. And the reason why I went with Russell Wilson is because he's starting to get a little long in the tooth, meaning he's starting to get a little older. He missed a couple of games with the Seahawks last season. He only threw for 3,100 yards, had 25 touchdowns, completed 64% of his passes, and had 6 interceptions in 14 games last season for the Seahawks. He's starting to break down just a little bit. So that's why I got him ranked as my 3rd. And also, he's going into a new conference. He's going into a new team. Cold weather team at that. So I want to wait and see how he does. But as of right now, I got him ranked as the 3rd best quarterback in that division. And number 2, it's my guy, Justin Herbert. Look, man, nobody's seen the rookie season that this guy was having. And then on top of that, he came back for his sophomore season. There was no sophomore slump for this guy as he threw for 5,000 yards, 38 touchdowns, 65% of his passes were completed with 15 interceptions. Justin Herbert is just going to continue to grow, and I have him ranked as the 2nd best quarterback in this division. And of course, the best quarterback in this division is none other than Patrick Mahomes, boy. Now, last year was kind of a up and down season for Patrick Mahomes. He struggled just a couple of games. They had a losing streak in the season last season. It was the first time in Pat Mahomes' short career where he looked quote unquote human. But anyways, for last season, he threw for 4,800 yards, had 37 touchdowns, completed 66% of his passes, and had 13 interceptions. So I have Pat Mahomes ranked as the best quarterback in that division. So if you're keeping track, it's Pat Mahomes 1, Herbert 2, Wilson 3rd, and then Carr rounding out my top 4. But anyways, let's continue on with the division's best player. Now, this one, again, is probably going to cause a little controversy, but I don't care. Like I said, again, argue with your mama. I'm going to go with Davante Adams as being the best player in this division. He's arguably the best wide receiver in football. So how could he be arguably the best wide receiver in football but not the best player in your own division? But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So Davante Adams last season had 123 receptions for 1,553 yards and 11 touchdowns. Now, look, those numbers are going to decline, but only from the standpoint of he doesn't have Aaron Rodgers throwing him the football anymore. Carr, Aaron Rodgers, he is not. Aaron Rodgers won the MVP last season, and that's who Devontae Adams had thrown him the ball. But this year, with Carr, I don't see him, getting Adams that many receptions. Now he's going to have a lot of targets, but now as far as receptions, I don't know. But anyways, I have Devontae Adams as being the division's best player. Now, the division's best defense. I'm going to go with the Chargers for this. They traded for Khalil Mack. Yeah, he's a little long in the tooth right now, but, helping them alongside with Bosa and them guys, Kyle Van Noy. They signed J.C. Jackson in the offseason. You got, Derwin James in playing safety back there along with Asante Samuel. Their secondary is looking really, really good right now. So I have the Chargers as the best defense as of right now. And as far as offense, I'm going with the Chargers as well. The reason why I went with Chargers is you look at the Chiefs, with Pat Mahomes, they lost Tyreek Hill. Yeah, they got, not J.C. Jackson, Valdez Scantling and those, but those are just guys. Those are just, and Juju Smith-Schuster, those are just okay receivers. When they were placed in number one roles, especially Schuster, he kind of folded a little bit. So I'm really interested to see what Pat Mahomes does with those guys, even though he lost Tyreek Hill. So I have... And of course, you got, the Broncos. I don't know. Like I said, Russell Wilson, he has to get integrated into the offense. So we don't know how that goes. So it's a lot of question marks there. So as far as offense, the Chargers have the most consistent offense coming back. So that's why I went with them as being the best offensive, having the best offense in the division as well. But anyways, best offseason move for this division is easy. It's Russell Wilson going to the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos were one quarterback away from making the playoffs last season. I feel like with the addition of Russell Wilson, that's going to change and they will make the playoffs this offseason. So Russell Wilson is going to take a team from being out of the playoffs to into the playoffs. Yes, Devontae Adams going to the Raiders is a key addition, but I don't feel like him being there is going to be enough to take the Raiders over the top. But with Russell Wilson, it will be enough to take the Broncos over the top and get them into the playoffs. So I have him as the best offseason move. And the worst offseason move in this division is going to the Kansas City Chiefs. They lost a honey badger from a defense that really wasn't that good already to begin with. And then they lost Tyreek Hill to the Miami Dolphins, which, for Pat Mahomes, he has a cannon for an arm. He likes to, take the top off the defense, as they say. And he had the guy in Tyreek Hill, who is arguably the fastest guy in the NFL. He no longer has him at his disposal. Yes, he got Travis Kelce down there, but Travis Kelce is an intermediate range. It's 15 to 20 is where he likes to live at. He can break one, obviously, but he's not taking the top off of nobody's defense. So for me, the worst off-season moves have to come from the Kansas City Chiefs. They lost, like I said, the honey badger from a defense that wasn't already good to begin with. So that defense is going to take a step back. And then the offense is going to take a step back with the loss of Tyreek Hill because, like I just mentioned, Valdez Scantling, and then Juju Smith-Schuster. To me, they're just guys. They're good receivers, but that's just it. They're just pretty good receivers. I don't expect them to do much of anything. But anyways, let's talk about how these teams are going to finish the season. Now, I'm going to go from worst to first in this division. So the worst team I have in this division, I just keep talking about them, are, like I said, argue with your mama. I got the Kansas City Chiefs as being the worst team in this division. And I just pretty much explained why. The loss of Tyreek Hill, the loss of Tyrann Mathieu from an already struggling defense. Andy Reid has his work cut out for him. Pat Mahomes has his work cut out for him. We're finally going to get to see if Pat Mahomes can take some regular receivers and make them better. You know what I'm saying? He had Tyreek Hill. Him and Tyreek Hill kind of progressed at the same time. But now we're going to see if he's one of those quarterbacks that can make regular receivers better. So interested to see with that. But for right now, they were 12-5 last season. I got them taking a step back, not even making the playoffs, and going 7-9 this upcoming season. Now, the third best team in this division is going to be the Las Vegas Raiders. Like I just mentioned earlier, yeah, they have Devontae Adams, which was a nice addition to the team, but I don't see him making that big of a improvement upon that team. Yeah, they'll win a couple of good games and therefore things of that nature, but I still see them, missing the playoffs again. They went 10-7 last season. Devontae Adams coming, 11-6, 10-7 is pretty much the range I got them in. So I got the Las Vegas Raiders, at 11-6 or 10-7. But anyways, the second best team in this division has got to go. I'm giving it to the Denver Broncos because, like I mentioned, the addition of Russell Wilson, last season they were 7-10. Russell Wilson was, his record with the Seahawks last season was 6-8. He's coming into a Denver Broncos team whose team is already set, especially on the defensive side of the ball. But the team is already set. Russell Wilson is going to be a nice added addition to take that team from missing the postseason to making the postseason this year. So I had the Denver Broncos at 12-5 being the second best team in this division. So if you ain't figured it out by now, the Los Angeles Chargers are the best team in this division. I got them. Now last season they went 9-8. Like I said, Justin Herbert continues to progress each season, so I don't see him taking a step back this season, especially with that defense being able to help him out a lot more with the additions that they have on that side of the ball. So, like I mentioned, the Chargers finished 9-8 last season. I see Justin Herbert taking that step, taking them to 12-5 this upcoming season and being first in this division, and obviously finally getting the Chargers into the playoffs. But anyways, that's my AFC West preview breakdown. Please let me know in the comments what you think about, the ranking of the quarterbacks, the division best player, the best defense, best offense, who has the best offseason move, who had the worst offseason move. And then, of course, let me know what you guys think or how you guys have the teams ranked in their division. Let me know in the comments about all of this. But anyways, like I mentioned earlier, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you can't do that, you can always download the Beyond the Game app on your Amazon Fire Stick. And of course, listen to us on all major podcast streaming platforms. And obviously, we're on everybody's hip because we are an app that you can download on your Android or iPhone by typing in KY Beyond the Game, all one word, in the App Store or the Google Play Store. But anyways, that's been my time for today, folks. This is your boy Nephew Q, aka Q Walker, or however you want to say it. And as always, treat your mama, treat somebody how you want somebody to treat your mama. And I'm about this thing, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Peace.